Hi everyone, this is Salmondrw, here to talk to you about the new Little Dragon album, New Me, Same Us. Little Dragon is a Swedish electronic band. New Me, Same Us, happens to be their 6th album. They've been known for a wide variety of collaborators and really for making a almost genre-less type of music. It can go anywhere from extremely funk-oriented to electronic keyboard compositions, and most of it is really highlighted by the vocals of their lead singer. We're talking about people like Mac Miller, we're talking about people most recently like Flying Lotus. They did a song with Big Boy and Killer Mike in the early 2010s. Even that idea of, sort of new me, same us speaks to a change that has taken place in the band. It's almost summer-esque. It's almost that idea of like a summer romance, and it's beautiful and it's meaningful when it's there, and then by the time that it's gone, you just sort of accept that it's going to be what it's going to be. Sometimes it will take what might feel like a song and make it feel more like a beat, which isn't a bad thing at all. That's actually one of the strengths of the album. It's one of the strengths of the band, that they have this kind of diverse sound that can be used in these different ways. But it's also difficult to ignore the fact that over 11 songs and 45 minutes, a lot of these songs have kind of, stretched from that 3 to 4 to 5 minute mark. And a lot of times what happens in that 4 to 5 minute mark is there will be a sort of augmentation of the beat or something like that, but the song itself won't really change that much. And sometimes, what I will say is, getting to that point can be almost somewhat repetitive, and it's sort of an interesting situation for the band and the album, where the music that they're making is very dynamic and interesting, but then a lot of times it's also dropped into a form where it's actually fairly repetitive. Having sadness and Are You Sad Now right next to each other, there's almost a repetitiveness to the summer imagery that kind of is limiting in some ways, I think, or just it makes you feel like there's filler on the album because the tracks don't really develop that much in terms of their theme. They sort of just like hit the same points over and over again. Now, truthfully, this is an album where those vocals, they're great. Even if you don't understand what's being said, you're blown away by their warmth and their lushness, by how vibrant they are. But you may, find yourself almost thinking of it more as background noise, or thinking of it more as just an accompaniment, than really being able to engage, because when you do and you look a little deeper, you may find that they are a little bit lacking in terms of the depth that you might be looking for. I think my issue comes with the fact that when you listen to the whole thing in sequence, or when you listen to, all the composite parts, you find that this is a band that feels very comfortable in their space, and the album itself doesn't really push itself that much. I think it's warmer than some of the previous ones, and I think some of those moments of kind of transitioning through the songs are more developed than previous projects, but overall it does find itself kind of comfortably numb in a way that means that, yeah, you could listen to this album, but if you're going to throw on something just to listen to it in the background, you could just as easily pick from any of their last 3 albums and get relatively the same effect as listening to this one. It does have a warmth and a kindness and a sort of cosmic hopefulness, I think, especially kind of dealing with the personal and the relationship that I think is relevant and also will be meaningful, I think, in a time like lockdown, where people are far away from those they love, people are looking for kindness and encouragement and positivity. This is a very positive record, and I think for that reason it is kind of, if I had to compare it to something, this album is like a fish, like an angler fish with a mohawk, and also maybe like a few streaks of hair are purple. So this is like a cool, kind of edgy anglerfish that you are not sure if you can approach at first, because it is so cool and it's just like shining pretty hard. But then when you actually get to know it, it's just kind of a goofball. It's friendly, positive, it's going to school on time, surprisingly, despite the look. Like it, it's going to go to school, in a different state after it graduates from fish school. And Alright everybody, I have fully expressed myself for today. This is Salmondrw coming at you. Definitely check us out, the SalmonHouse World YouTube channel. And also, just get excited because there's going to be more stuff coming out. We're going to keep making changes. You can already see, lighting setup's a little different. I'm going to keep making adjustments, just trying to make it as good as I can and come back to you with albums that interest me, excite me. I wanted to try an artist this time that was a little bit more underground than some of the ones that I'd previously done, but hopefully some of you have already checked them out. Let me know if you have anything you really want to see looked at, because I can definitely make those adjustments. And if you haven't heard the Panther and the Chameleon, go check that out. That is our homeboy Jaycleve's new EP. Very exciting for your ears, very good to listen to. And yeah, we'll catch you down the road on the next one. See you later, fish family.